What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Again, I apologize, I haven't been posting a lot lately. Again, the surprise was my wife is pregnant. We are due October 6th and I am having a girl, and we have picked out a name already, but life has been busy. I've been working a lot, and the information of what I just told you guys, so I haven't been posting a lot. I haven't been making a lot of videos, so I'm sorry about that, but getting back into it now. Hopefully I'll be pumping out about 5 more videos to you guys within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I hope you guys will watch them, pay attention to them, learn from them, teach me something in the comments as well, and we'll go on about our business for this Moto AK-47 channel. Again, we are very close to 1,000 subscribers, so again, I appreciate all you guys sticking with me from the start. My first 50 subscribers, you guys, I love you guys. My first 100, 200, and so on. We finally hit that 500 mark. I made that video, and now we're almost to 1,000. So I thank you guys. We are almost there. I think as of today, we are at maybe 938. Last time I checked was yesterday. We might be 1 or 2 off, but again, 938, almost to 1,000. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Now, getting on to today's video, we are talking about used vehicles. My sister is in the market probably next year or within the year of getting a new vehicle. This is not her vehicle, obviously. This is mine. I'm just using my truck, my newer truck, as an example. But talking about my sister and anybody else who goes and gets a used vehicle and or a brand new vehicle. It could be the same situation for a brand new vehicle. But the main point is, and what I'm going to be talking to you guys about, is your test drive. This is a very, very important thing that people often overlook. So they get in their vehicle, they get in the vehicle that they want to test drive, and the windows are up and the radio is on. That's mistake 1 and 2 right there. The windows up and the radio on. And the big reason why that's a mistake is that's not your car. You're test driving that car because you want that car. It's not yours, which means for mechanics and guys like me who know this already, as soon as we get in a car to test drive it, we don't immediately turn it on. The first thing we actually do is take a walk around the car. We look at the condition of what the paint is in. We look at the condition of the tires, the rims. We look at the condition of the front fascia, the front bumper, the hood, the mirrors, the door handles, the gas tank area. We check the door, the gas cap. We check the undercarriage for a bunch of rusted out bolts, missing parts, missing catalytic converters, missing mufflers, missing tailpipes. We check all that stuff. And then you check stuff in the interior as well. But that's a whole laundry list of things. And yes, I know it's just a test drive, but if you're really set on buying a vehicle and you go in to make an appointment and test drive a vehicle, that's the first thing that you should do. You shouldn't just have that salesman, all right, let's hop in and do a test drive. No. Or I'll give it to you guys, I'll say this. If you go do your test drive first, and then the next day or within a week or whatever you come back to buy the car, do that walk around. Before you hand money over, before they give you the keys, before you guys sit down in that office and talk numbers and sign papers, do that walk around and do that test drive that I'm about to explain further here. But after you do your outside walk around, if you do this first, which I do recommend and a lot of other people recommend and mechanics will recommend to you as well, after you do your outside check with your eyes, you should also have maybe a spouse or a brother or sister or a friend, best friend, somebody with you checking as well. Bring them with you. Have them sit in the back seat if it's a vehicle that can have 3 people in the vehicle for that test drive. You, the salesman, and your spouse, best friend, whoever you want to take with you. But your friend, best friend, grandparent, parents, whoever will give you a second set of eyes to look for things. And when you're in that state of buying something new or buying something brand used, you may miss some things, and another set of eyes may catch it and help you out in making your decision of negotiation. Because when you're buying a used car, that's your negotiating power right there. If you got a big chip in a paint or some missing parts or no tread left on some tires, that's a negotiating aspect. That's negotiating power, excuse me, right there, that you have to knock down the price just a little bit. And if you got a good salesman or a reputable dealership, they should work with you on things like that. Especially that's safety right there, especially for tires. That's safety. But getting on to the test drive here, and what this video is mainly about is the test drive. Is after you do your walk around, when you first get in the vehicle, do not turn the radio on. The first thing when you do get in the vehicle is you turn the car on and you immediately roll down the windows. Why do you do that? You want to have your ears open and listen for sounds. If you turn that vehicle on, immediately roll down the windows, and hopefully that's one thing right there, that's your number one, do all the windows roll down. They'll tell you if the regulators are going out, the motors for the windows are going out, excuse me. That'll be your number one. Your number two, check the engine sound. Are you hearing ticking? Are you hearing a knock? That's number two right there. If you turn the vehicle on, immediately roll the windows down, and you immediately hear ticking or knocks or something that definitely sounds off with the engine, boom, negotiating power right there. Hey salesman, what's that noise? And don't let them fool you. You know a bad noise when you hear one. It's common sense. All right, the next thing, listen for exhaust leaks. Okay, everybody knows what an exhaust leak sounds like. If you don't, type in YouTube right now after you watch this video, exhaust leaks. They'll show you and you'll be able to hear it. Everybody pretty much knows. I'm assuming most of you guys watching this channel anyway know what an exhaust leak is. Check for that. Press on the brakes even before you start rolling. Does the brake pedal go all the way to the floor? Yes or no? If it does, boom, negotiating power. Something that's going to have to be done with the brakes after you purchase that vehicle if you buy it. That's negotiating power. Get that price down some. Same with anything we else talk about right here, or anything else that we do talk about right here for problems. All right, so engine noise, ticks, sounds that are unnormal. Brake pedal all the way to the floor, or is it pretty firm? All right, checking brake wear, checking your rotors, brake pads. If it's a vehicle like this, like my new truck, it'll tell you, give you a percentage of where your brake pads are at, where your brake life is at. If it's an older vehicle, you'll just have to inspect on your own just with eyesight. They're not going to let you take the wheels off and inspect that way. But most dealerships, reputable dealerships, good dealerships will show you some paperwork if you do purchase the vehicle on when those brakes were last changed, if you ask for them. All right, you got to be smart enough to ask for paperwork like that on when was this vehicle last serviced and what was done in that service for this vehicle that I just purchased. You have the right to acquire and get that information after you purchase that vehicle, or maybe before it. Some dealerships will let you see some of that stuff before, or it should be listed on the sticker as well. For a brand new car, for a brand new truck, or whatever you want to call it, whatever vehicle you're buying, SUV, the brakes and the brake calipers and the rotors, you shouldn't have to worry about that. All that stuff should be brand spanking new. Let's see what else here. All right, going on your test drive and you're pulling out of the dealership parking lot, or you're pulling out of the private seller's driveway or the parking lot, whatever. All right, when you pull away, are you hearing anything abnormal? Do you feel the steering wheel kind of making the power steering whine when you turn the wheel left and right out of the driveway? Do it full tilt. Stop at the end of the driveway, go all the way left, crank it all the way right. Do you hear that power steering about to go out? Do you hear that whine? Is the steering wheel very, very hard to turn in the first place? That'll tell you right there that the power steering is out. Okay, that's negotiating power right there. Next thing, all right, when you hit the gas pedal, Does the gas pedal return to its normal state after you lift your foot off the gas pedal, or does it stay on? That's a very bad thing. It's common with old motorcycles as well. We call that sticky throttle. You pull the throttle back and you let go of the throttle because you want to come to a stop or let off the gas, and it stays there and you're still going at that same speed and the bike is still pulling. Same thing with a vehicle. Then you push that gas pedal down. Does the gas pedal stay right there when you lift your foot off and the car keeps moving forward like you're still pressing on the gas? That's a very, very bad thing. That is very dangerous. Same thing with the brakes. That's another thing right there, guys. All this stuff is very, very relevant when you go to purchase a vehicle. You can't just be caught up in the new purchase or the new vehicle, or you're about to get a new vehicle if you purchase that one. You got to look out for this stuff because you can haggle the price down if some of these things that I'm telling you guys are happening on your test drive. All right, last two things. When you're going down the road at a decent community, I guess, public road, 25, 35 miles an hour, are the wheels wobbling? Can you feel it in the steering wheel? Is the steering wheel shaking? All right, do you hear any more engine noise? Do you hear that exhaust leak? Is the car kind of doing this, rocking the boat when you turn? All right, that's an indication of some bad shocks maybe. All right, front and or rear. All right, last thing here, take it on the highway. A lot of things that go wrong with new and or used cars. New cars, I've seen them as well, something called a death wobble. All right, you got to take vehicles above 50, 60, 65 miles an hour for some used new cars to show their weaknesses. Okay, it just works like that. And I learned this out as well myself, learning from stuff and learning from other people, is you got to take some cars on the highway, or all the cars that you are maybe test driving to purchase on the highway. You have to, you should take them on the highway, and your salesman should let you take that vehicle on the highway, especially if they're sitting in the passenger seat with you or next to you and in the vehicle with you, is what I mean. But that is when you maybe will feel that vibration in the steering wheel or a wheel wobble at a higher speed. You may hear a tick now at a higher speed from the engine. You may hear something different. Keep those windows down. Don't let your salesman continue to talk in your ear. All right, listen for these things, look at these things, because these things are all negotiating power for you to get your price down. These vehicles are not getting any cheaper, guys. They're not getting any cheaper. You guys have literally seen right before our eyes inflation go up and up and up and up, raising the price of everything. This truck now, I guarantee you, my truck now, what I paid for it, it's worth more now than what I paid for it. I guarantee it, because everything is going up in price. Me and my wife are looking for a house right now. Everything is literally 2 times the price of what it should be. Of what it should be, guys. Same for vehicles. Vehicles are going up and up and up. I know this is getting a little off topic here, sorry about that. So if you're just here for the video title, that's pretty much it. You can click off now, but I'll say a couple more things and then we'll end this. I was looking at a couple vehicles today, just randomly browsing, just to kill some time on my lunch break. But I was looking at an Acura. It was over here in the Beechwood area, and the car was 180 grand. And it just blew my mind. It was a higher end Acura type of car, but 180 grand, absolutely not, no way. And I'm thinking about my house purchase, and like, man, that is literally a house or 2 houses, or a huge portion of a good house. And that's ridiculous for a vehicle. And it just blew my mind, guys. But last thing here, guys, and especially for my sister, if you're going to watch this video, and for all of you guys going to test drive a vehicle, I hope you see this video beforehand so you can know all of this stuff, and potentially, if something is wrong with that vehicle, negotiate your price down. Now, I hope that the vehicles that you guys are buying has none of these issues, because that lets you know that you're buying a good used vehicle or a good brand new vehicle. All right, I hope you guys don't have any of these problems, but if you do, that is what I want to teach you guys. If you do have some of these problems, that's negotiating power. You have the right to that. Mr. Salesman, this is happening. This is what I see. Do you see it as well? All right, negotiating power. Let's get that price down because of this issue or that issue or this. I heard this and that. And again, do not let them fool you. If you don't want that car for that reason, don't buy that car. There's plenty of them. Trust me. There's plenty of them, and there's plenty good dealerships out there. There's there's a good amount, or a pretty good amount of good salesmen out there that will basically be genuine with you and say, yeah, that it's a tick, sorry man, yeah, you got negotiating power there, we can haggle the price a little bit. I'll talk to my finance department and see what we can do for you if you still want to buy the car. Or yeah, that's the power steering is out on this car, sorry about that. We can try and get the price down for you a little bit. Let me go talk to the finance department or talk to my supervisor. We'll see what we can do for you. That's what you want to hear if you're continuing to buy a vehicle, if it has a certain problem like we talked about here today. My sister, if you're going to buy a brand used car, and those are the things you want to look for. Don't turn the radio on. Don't let your salesman talk to you the entire time. Open those windows up. Listen for the sounds, walk around the vehicle, use your eyes, bring somebody with you for a second set of eyes. It will make it worthwhile. It will make your vehicle purchase a lot smoother, and it may help you out bring some price down a little bit, especially if it's an easy fix and you got somebody in mind. If right after you buy your vehicle, of like, all right, I know somebody that can fix that pretty good or pretty cheap or whatever the situation may be. However you want to take your route, just make a smart decision. Just use your ears, use your eyes, do the things we talked about here today. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We are almost there. I appreciate you guys watching the videos. The truck here is doing very, very well. I absolutely love it. All nice and clean. Have nothing bad to say about this truck, and I hope it stays that way. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.